Fuel your body with complete multivitamin, the perfect balance of essential nutrients for daily health and wellness. Carefully formulated from natural ingredients, our multivitamin packs vitamins A, C, D, E, plus key minerals like zinc and magnesium to support your immune system and boost energy. Just 1 tablet a day is all you need. Take it with water and feel the difference as prescribed by your healthcare provider. Stay active, stay strong, stay ready with Complete Multivitamin, your daily dose of vitality. Complete Multivitamin, simple, powerful nutrition. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition store.
We could pass top of the hour right here in the 254. Yo. African. So that's news across Africa, the continent, and its people. Good afternoon, Karibuni Sana. That is critical, of course, with the obvious song. If you have been tuning in on the media of the 21st century, you know I love me this jam that is Malikia, which literally means an angel, playing right here on the media of the 21st century. Karibuni Sana. My name is Joby. To the first time listeners on YouTube, Rumble, Beachwood, on the radio station. To those who shall be catching this particular episode on Spreaker and Spotify, I really missed you guys. I hope you had a beautiful weekend as mine, a restful one as well. And I hope you're literally ready for the week as well. And for the conversations we shall be bringing you right here on the media of the 21st century. Regarding the weekend, we shall be talking about, of course, the news and updates of what has been taking place, especially in Africa. We're going to talk about Emmanuel Macron, who has sworn to take Ibrahim Traoré down. And of course, this is a big threat to Burkina Faso, to the people, and to the people of the African continent, especially those who are working with France. This is something that should be actually very alerting to you if you are very careful on the deals and the collaborations you seem to be seeking and collaborating with or partnering with, because this is a big threat telling me that you're willing to do anything, whatever it takes, to bring back the country to the civilian rule. And we've seen literally under the civilian rule, you've kept or you keep on putting back puppets who are working in your power, in your favor, and of course the Burkinabe people or the African people end up suffering a lot. So when we have a true working leader, we know that this is a threat to the rest of you. But along that, we shall be talking about, of course, also the big news coming from Senegal, which of course we see France officially, of course, withdrawing all its troops. This is ending 65 years of military presence. We shall be talking about that. We want to talk about, of course, what is happening also in DRC Congo, where DRC did sign a major mining deal with the US, backed by cobalt metals. So we shall be discussing on that. Of course, we know this is a wrong move that DRC is making, but of course, we know it's not the people, it is the puppets again who are put in these particular positions. But deeper as we go into that, I'll be sharing much more videos regarding the same conversation. So karibuni sana. Hope you guys are ready for today's conversation. But for now, listen to Critical as we continue.
Hey, Joe, I thought the internet was off.
Yes, Maliki happening right here on the media of the 21st century. 15 minutes past the top of the hour. Once again, that is critical. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Welcome to another conversation of the Pan African Belief Show. And of course, if you're on live with us on Rumble Patriot on YouTube for the first time, kindly do hit that subscription button or following button. And of course, stay tuned by downloading our application on the Google Play Store, where you can get yourself these amazing supplements, which are very organic. You know, to my other surprise, I went to the market this weekend on a god time, and I went and saw actually some ashwagandha. I was very tempted to buy, but nah, I'm good. You know, I'm not sure about the ashwagandha on the ground because people are willing to do anything for the money. So I don't want to end up diarrheaing the whole day, the whole night. But get yourself some ashwagandha. We have multivitamin, we have beetroot, we have brain and focus formula, which I want to share some benefits of it as you get to check all the other amazing supplements that we have under the BHFN Sports Bit. So kindly take 1 minute of your time after the show, go to the Google Play Store. Black Hot Fire Network is the name of our application. You can listen to us on the radio segment if you're not able to maybe stream live on YouTube on your busy schedules. You can be able to listen to us as long as you're connected to the internet. Put your earpods on or earphones on, and you'll be listening to us all throughout. But for now, get yourself some brain and
Unlock your
focus
full
formula.
potential with Brain and Focus, a powerful supplement designed to boost mental clarity, enhance memory, and sharpen concentration. Made from a blend of scientifically proven ingredients like ginkgo biloba, omega-3, and essential vitamins, Brain and Focus is crafted to fuel your mind. Our process ensures maximum potency and effectiveness, delivering the perfect balance of brain-boosting nutrients. Take just one capsule daily, as prescribed by your healthcare provider, and feel the difference. Whether it's powering through your workday or staying sharp in life's challenges, Brain and Focus keeps you at the top of your game. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay ahead with Brain and Focus. Brain and Focus, fuel your mind, achieve more. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Exactly, at a very affordable price. And like I said, we have other amazing, more organic supplements. Good afternoon, Mr. Blackwood Fire. You don't just bang into my show like that. How you doing?
You gonna talk your shit?
How you,
I said,
how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm
I,
good.
I was saying I thought the internet was off because I was trying to listen to the radio with nobody on the radio, so I switched the radio station over.
Oh,
I thought
it's normal.
I thought I would
Thank
kept cam. I thought I would catch cameras, and it was just dead air. Yeah,
Oh, sorry. I know the internet was off during the morning hours, but I
yeah.
was told it was back just after a few minutes. So kindly switch the radio on my end.
Uh,
I didn't know it
uh,
was kind it was connected on your end.
all right, give
Still,
me a second.
Hope you had a beautiful weekend, and of course, to everyone who's tuning in as well. Hope you had a beautiful weekend as well, and a restful one and a productive one, however you did choose to spend it. Mine was awesome, can't complain, and of course, ready for the conversations of the week. But like I said, today we shall be talking about Emmanuel Macron, who has sworn to take Ibrahim Traoré down, and of course, I think we'll be discussing how.
Them and them and the AU. I'm glad
Mhm.
all the bootlicks. If you see the AU, so we're gonna have to go after the AU. Didn't do nothing about Congo and people dying in Nigeria with the Boko Haram and Al Shabaab in Kenya. None of that. But for the white masters, I just need everybody to see now. You
Mhm.
know, African Union has nothing to do with African people. We
Exactly.
must take down. We must take down even Traore at all costs. It's not going to work if you don't have a standing army. And hate to tell you, all your armies in Africa are sorry. Are sorry. So good luck with that. And I want you to do it because at that pace, it's no, it's yours now, Joby. At that pace,
Thank you.
that means I can completely destroy the African Union. Africans can actually start United States of Africa, really get something that actually real about black people on the continent. These all fake organizations. ECOWAS is fake. You got your. Isn't it funny? The EU just came down. I mean, the EU came down to import. Please come back. Please, we want to be your friends. I mean, we mean you want to be your friends. You tried to kill me 100 times.
They
See,
always
that's what
wanna.
happens. That's what happens when you're not a bootlick.
Mhm.
Okay, because you African, you hold the power, but your leaders are all corrupt and effed up. Okay, so now they want to kind. They trying to kill me and be my friend at the same time. Go ahead.
Apparently, it's actually the African leaders now. We know that the bootlicks, especially since Trump came into power, most of the African puppets are begging to collaborate so much with Trump. We saw, especially when the USAID was cut down, which countries like Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali are proving you never needed these funds nor aid. You can do, and you're doing great without them, you know. But we saw so
No,
many African leaders actually were
because
begging, crying,
because of
and
because of because of the NGO because they get a cutback. There was NGOs. Those things are always kept to keep African people impoverished. So those are NGO groups. South even to a way too. Over the weekend, he got rid of the fake electoral system. Got rid of
exactly.
that. Controlled by white people. That's how they go. Like he told the truth. That's how they come in and rig your elections. It's about all African countries from Kenya and Nigeria, all got European electoral systems, and that's how they put their puppets in. They were
Mhm.
getting rid of that.
Exactly. But as we start with today's conversation, talking about Macron, of course, we have Senegal, which has officially, which France actually has officially withdrawn all its troops from the country. Remember when that is the president, like Adomaifa, when he came into power, he did command the French troops to actually withdraw from the country. So during this weekend, we had France officially withdrawing all its troops from the Senegal, ending 65 years of military presence. And of course, it returned its military bases to the Senegalese government. And some African leaders are continuing their efforts to take back, of course, the same regions, which, of course, is not going to be possible if lack of unity has become is a big problem for Africa to achieve this. And of course,
Of
with the
course.
deal that we signed, I was saying, especially with the threat that now Macron is, pushing towards Burkina Faso and the Burkinabe people, saying that he swears to take Ibrahim Traoré down.
We don't care. We don't
That
care
should
what you swear to do.
that should be a big threat to these so-called these other African countries that are cooperating, collaborating. However, the
Why should
term
it be? Why should it be a big threat to them,
it
Joe?
should be a big threat because this is your enemy. The immediate come on, Ruto was told on your face, we don't have a common agenda. What is that supposed to tell you, the rest of you African
They're,
leaders? It's very
and they're,
easy
they're, they're,
for you
they're,
to
they're bootlegs. They follow
signal.
orders. It's not a threat to them. They're empowered because of the European. Not a threat to them.
Maybe I should see us then, not the puppet. I should see us, the
Yeah.
people, the majority then.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We should be able to pick up information, understand what these people are telling us, because they're not communicating to the leader. You're communicating to the whole country. When you say this is going to affect this so and so, someone who's delivering to the people, you're saying this is going to affect us. So why should we
Well,
take this
but you
as
got
a
to understand. We got to
no?
understand. You got to understand. France is now becoming a third world country. Like Europe has always been a third world. Only because of the capture of slaves and then colonized Africa where they got their wealth is phony. It's built on the back of Africa. So all this superiority is fake. Because the Africans are kind and loving and they hate to say docile and stupid for so many years, and allowing the lesser people to come in, give them fake ideologies, tell them they're better than them, where their whole existence is predicated on African oppression. Their whole systems are based on the stealing of Africa. That's it. There's nothing in Europe that makes anybody rich. Nothing. There are no minerals in Europe. So where do they get wealth from? No, you got to do is say, no, we're not going to do your more fake money paper crap. That's fake. We're not going to do it no more. So Africans have got to grow up, start building real militaries, and stop your tribe. And I hate to tell you Africans that came on, we understand you bootlegging Africans, they had to bring the bootlegs over here.
Well,
African Americans are telling you no more. Go ahead, Joe.
well, it's gonna be so hard to build military, a strong military base as a continent. Again, we go back to
You got to start it. You're right. You got to start few. That's why Burkina Faso and them are building a real military. So I'm not worried about no AU and no other fake ass African country attacking them. They're building real military. So I'm not worried about no puppet ass regimes who don't got real weapons. See, the one thing the white man don't want to do, he don't want to give his puppets real weapons.
yes.
They always give them the old outdated, like that's why you laugh about the old police cars. They give them all that old raggedy shit. Then Burkina Faso's getting the updated stuff, Joby, the real stuff. So ain't no Nigeria, no Kenya, no other country from the AU is going to attack Burkina Faso without getting that ass fucked up. So that's going to be known.
Because 65 years of 65 years of presence in a country, there should be so much development. When you talk about security improvement, when you talk about protection.
It's really 200 years, Joby. They invaded 200 years. They colonized 20 years ago. So they never left on your independence. That was the fake. So not the 65 years they've been there before that. And just like somebody said with Kenya, shout out to the Kenyan lady on that, they said there's a white man because the UN is moving to Kenya. And the white colonial power is still there. The guy said, we can take back over Kenya anytime we want it. We can colonize again. Even though we had concentration camps here, we treated the people like shit. This is the white man saying it. We treat them like shit. The Kenyans don't know nothing about their history. We can colonize their ass again. Easily. I was like, what?
That is the assumption. Again,
I know.
We're talking to a generation that is gone to school, a generation that has gone, understood history. That's why people were on the street with one agenda, unity, not tribalism. Before all this divide and conquer that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what he was saying. We can because they still got tribalism. We can still conquer Kenya. We can colonize Kenya again. I said, damn, this white man is damn crazy. Anyway, go ahead, Joe.
Let me share this. What has been happening in Senegal, of course, with the presence of France and their military bases in Senegal.
Between the port and the train station is the statue of Demba and Dupont, arm in arm holding an olive branch. One is Senegalese, the other is French. Together, they liberated France from German occupation during World War II. But guess which one wasn't allowed to march into Paris despite how being liberated? Now, with the last French military base being handed over to Senegal.
And the funny part, all the movies written by them, it was the black Africans and then the Africans Americans that saved white people from being wiped out by Germany. They never show you this. Never. Because the British had their African colonies go help them, and the French had their African colonies go help them against Germany. But they never showed them in any of the movies. They wouldn't let them be in none of the news clippings. So they stole another fake stolen history. Without the Africans, Europe would have been taken over by the Germans anyway. They don't show you none of that. Like you said, guess who got the glory? Wasn't the blacks. asked for the money for fighting for these no good bastards, they were murdered. Good.
Seems Dupont is walking away. Behind the barbed wired wall, a final salute. Down comes the French flag, up goes the Senegalese one. A small ceremony for a big moment, the end of French military presence here.
This change is necessary. We need to reinvent our partnerships in a dynamic Africa whose youth carry great hope. That requires a real transformation in how we engage with African countries and our...
They've never thought about that. They've never thought about how they engage.
It's all fake, Joe, exactly.
They've never thought about this. I was looking at there's something going on. I'm yet to follow up what is happening in Kenya regarding the Al-Shabaab. There's some rumors about the Al-Shabaab being on the northern parts of Kenya. And there's just something going on I'm not yet sure about. And you look at, because I was looking at the interview of now, they're saying the Kenyan intelligence service is taking a serious investigations into this. And what has been the Kenyan intelligence service when the youths are being killed? And then you hear how the people have been sent there, the so-called troops who are protecting this region. What they're saying, they're not even Keith, you can literally say, you can say these people are here and they know this is orchestrated. They know that this is just
Joby, they know. Joby, yeah, they know. It's like even like I said, the sales states only want to tell the truth. Said these are terrorists that they bring here to destabilize and steal. There's no poor African country, so why are we poor? They know that these are the people that destabilize the country. So we come through it. It's the Hegelian dialect. Is what they always do. We come in to help you dumb Negroes stop the terrorism. But why didn't we have terrorism when we were colonies then? When you people were controlling us through colonies, where was all this terrorism at? Oh, it didn't exist because you got to steal willingly because you controlled the country completely. You controlled the countries completely. So there wasn't all these terrorist groups running around all throughout Africa. But when we supposedly got freedom and we try to get our own minerals back, now there's terrorism everywhere. How'd that happen?
So they never cared how they approached Africa, how they operate in these countries. They never cared.
African partners.
Joe, but the disrespect, the disrespect in your face, the impoverished Africans, they never cared. They're getting wealthy in Africa. They kept Africans in abject poverty, Joby, and ignorance. So what is the care about what? They don't care. The level of care, Joby, is so brutally savage. Because I told you, there's poverty in Africa. Of course, there's poverty, but the poverty in Africa is on another level. It's inhumane, Joe.
That is true. That is so true. That is so true. It's sad because I've been watching these TikTok videos of this guy. There's this guy who, I don't know how to call him, but he deals with environment. He just goes telling people how to be, hygienic, especially on the market areas. You can't be living in a place where you're throwing, sewage and dirty water outside your door and all that. And so I've been literally looking at it, and this is a lifestyle people have really adopted, because of the poverty, the fact it's so inhumane. People have literally now adopted. When you speak about adopting, people are comfortable. You're walking out of your apartments, keeping some sewage and some diapers, some pads, sanitary towels.
That's how you're supposed to overthrow the government. You can't. Only Africans can accept that kind of inhumane poverty. It's crazy.
It's really, really crazy. So we was telling the people he's coming to arrest them. I'm like, that is actually very wrong, because these people, the reason why they're also throwing that all this dust there is because they have not been given a proper direction. Just exactly what we were seeing the other day in Philadelphia. People being told, oh, you're paying for trash every goddamn month, but you're told you're not going to get the service. How? Why?
They were told that because remember the trash workers went on strike to ask for more money. So they say, hey, you got to clean this shit up. So they had to come to an agreement to give the workers more money, and then out of trash, that's all cleaned up now. Exactly. That can't be the norm. You got to. But see, Africa has created these slums, and that's the norm where nothing's clean. There's no infrastructure there, Joe. There's no sewage lines and shit and piss everywhere. That's what? We got to tear all that shit down.
That is true. That is so true.
Permanent bases are no longer needed for that.
Nous n'avons plus besoin de bases permanentes pour cela.
From here, the French launched colonial invasions, and after independence,
Of course.
the French troops stayed, and this became a hub for military cooperation. This base was the eyes and ears of France over the Eastern Atlantic. France still has soldiers in many of its former colonies, but for Senegal's new young president, who represents a new generation unburdened by colonial ties, he asked the French troops to leave, not out of hostility, but in the name of sovereignty.
Ça intervient au moment où
It's true that this comes at a time when Senegal needed to secure its territory, because with terrorism and everything happening across the region,
Terrorism.
we were hoping
Where's all the terrorism in Europe? Why is only terrorism in Africa? Where's the terrorism in Europe at? And then why don't I got no African bases in France and England, Germany, Spain? Where's my bases in your country? See, African people, you've been so stupid for so long. This is absolutely insane. Why is no terrorism in Europe? This is only terrorism in Africa because they're the ones facilitating it. Go ahead, Joe.
Control of the
Yeah.
mind, control
Exactly.
of the, control of the mineral resources, control of innovation, control of education. I mean,
Yes.
what do you expect me to know about Asia and Europe not being invaded by terrorists, huh? What do you expect me to understand about that? I mean, when all I see about my continent is poor people, children with flies, they need help from the USAID. We need food because people are dying. We don't have food. What? In 60% arable land, we don't have food. We should be ashamed.
But most Africans are not taught that you have the most heritable land. You're not, like you said, the educational system on purpose is not designed. But somebody told me, somebody said we learned about, I think that was a Kenya said, we even learned about the Boer Wars in Kenya. What do we got to do with us? I said, they learned about the Boer Wars of South Africa? I was like, what, in Kenya? This is crazy. But go ahead. Yeah, so why did any of these bootlegs tear down the educational system 60 years ago?
Exactly.
Makes no sense.
They killed those who tried, though. They killed and called them dictators.
That's true.
They tried, for those who saw what this was all about, and they tried to make the rest of the African people open their eyes and minds.
That's true.
They got rid of them, but not to our people for fighting all the way. But we have a news and report coming from also the DRC Congo, which of course we've been seeing the move Skady has been, which is very evil. We've seen some fake peace deals being made the other few months ago, and now we have DRC signing major mining deals with the US backed by cobalt metals. And of course we know this is not, we've seen Trump acting like, we've been seeing child slavery going on there, and we really didn't know. This is
a lie.
What? We've seen the child slavery that has been going on there, and they can't speak even about what the children go through. It's so crazy. But we've really signed some peace talks from henceforth. We've been getting resources from the DRC Congo. Excuse me, how has Congo developed from your end? This is a shame that we still going to liberate Congo. Oh my goodness.
You can't liberate Congo because you got, like you said, the bad leader. Tshisekedi's supposed to be in bubble gum. And Kagame is supposed to be in bubble gum in the 70s. So what you see in the US coming steal resources, they know that Kagame and Uganda is not gonna move to the US Army. So they've already told Museveni retarded ass and Kagame retarded ass, hey, we're coming and we're stealing. We get anything from you people, we're going to wipe you out. Okay, we're going to overthrow you and get rid of you. So we're going to come and steal these resources, take it for us, for the white people. If we get any problems from you, we're going to overthrow you. That's why you got Museveni and Kagame. They know what time it is. Yeah, okay, we're going to now make peace and be nice because we'll overthrow your ass. And you'll be out in the street, and your people don't like you. They'll rip you to shreds. All your fake money that you stolen, that you're taking out the country, got in European banks or down in the Caribbean, we're going to freeze those accounts. We're going to steal that money that you stole. We're going to freeze those accounts.
It that sometimes I look at the news we talk about again, you go sit down, you just think about the African people suffering. Because I was just looking at the
That's
situation
what's
like
been suffering.
I'm looking at the situation of, again, like I said, I'm not sure what is happening in the northern parts of Kenya, but following up, of course, there are people who are
Suffering.
suffering. There are people who are suffering. If truly there is the invasion of Al Shabaab, we know it is funded, but there are people who are truly suffering. There are people who are
Of
really
course.
dying. People who are, because of this system, how it is set up. And I'm like, the universe. How did they? Why is the universe so unfair? You know, this is how you judge again the creator somehow. I don't know if it is
You're supposed, you're
okay,
just supposed to. It's
but
okay. It is okay. He's like, what? But they're
why
gonna
this
tell you.
much
They're gonna
suffering?
say because somewhere along the line, somebody, some entity, I'm still not even sure, but African, somebody made some people that weren't supposed to exist that are savage. Though
Mm-hmm.
you have a group of savages that were created with animal genetics,
Mm-hmm.
animal, and there's we think they're human beings, but they're not. They're savage inside. So are we paying the price for somebody? Are the Africans paying the price for creating savages? Because we know naturally these other people shouldn't exist on this planet. And that, but then through time immemorial, the planet is now getting rid of them. Not the people that created the planet is now. The planet is a living being. The planet is saying no more birth rates. So the planet is getting rid of the people that are oppressing you and causing things. Because in 30 years and 40 years, these people will be little to nothing. But
I
you got a lot of African people, black men and black women, sleeping with these people. So hey, you're keeping them alive.
that could be, that's a deep thing. Thought about it. Could we be paying the price of being part of
Yeah,
the
you can't, you can't blame the creator because the creator didn't make them. Yeah, and we know that's a fact. We know genetically this is a fact. So was it so everybody like Dr. Mama, is it the Anunnaki? I say it was the Anunnaki that did what they did? Was it the ancient African? I don't completely know. I just say I don't really know. But we
I
do know
I
it
just
was
feel like
done because it's on the writings in Kemet. It's telling you that it was done. Those writings exist. That we created a whole bunch of different people. And we shouldn't have did it. Who did it? I don't know. But it's so the ancient African know. But you know, hey, we fucked up. Wasn't supposed to be no Asians. I'll go ahead, Joe.
we knew, because look at the, again, 8 episodes of understanding where the white man comes from. We saw the African knew and they predicted through those stones. They drew
Yep.
every episode of what is going to happen, how they're going to come, indoctrinate, take over, rule,
Yeah.
kill.
Yep.
I feel like we knew. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah. The
well,
question
but
goes back to who really.
then why you didn't know not to make them then?
uh, that's why I'm going back to the question. Goes back to who really created them. What was the
That's the
purpose for
question.
all this? What was the purpose for all this distraction? Because we were living.
I think, well, exactly. You live what they call golden age. I think this is my own hypothesis. I think you had an African that wanted to rule everything, so it created a savage race to invade the other Africans to take over the world. I think that's my
Wow.
that's
We,
my
we
hypothesis, Joe.
we
Go
were
ahead.
not living in animosity. We were not living in this
No,
blood
no,
spill.
no, no. Exactly, you're living good, but see, but what if you got one African says, I want to rule everything, I don't want to live in peace and harmony. I don't want to live. I want to live where I control. And I probably didn't know it was gonna get out of hand, but I did it. But I want to rule. I want to rule over you, Negro. I want to break your back. So I decided to go create some shit, and it works. But now it gets out of hand. The generation can lose because eventually, I believe they eventually lose control over their own invention. That's what I think happens. I don't know.
Of course, there's a common quote. They always say humanity will be the end of itself, but I feel like it's them. They'll be the end of themselves, because
Yeah.
everything when it comes to them is against nature. You know, everything
Everything,
about
everything, exactly, everything. And they've always practiced war. They've never been able to be at peace, Joby, ever. Ever. War, war, destruction,
Exactly.
rape, pillage. That's their whole history since they were been on the planet. So you know that's not a natural state of being, Joe. It's not a natural state of being. So everybody would say, "What's wrong with these people?" No, you need to ask, "What's wrong with the motherfuckers that created them?"
Mhm. But I see Joe Mosquito in the building, Caribou Sana. But as we continue, let me share what is happening with, of course, DRC Congo and the deals that Trump has made with them.
The DRC is opening its doors wider to US mining interests. On Thursday, President Philip Tshisekedi oversaw the signing of a key agreement between the Congolese government and American tech mining company Cobalt Metals. Backed by billionaires like Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates, Cobalt
Yeah, we have Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates who are
Those,
they said
those,
that.
those, those are just the front, man, Joby.
Mhm.
Those are just the front.
Of course, they're saying that the US-based cobalt metals has entered into the new mineral exploration agreement with the Democratic Republic of Congo, deepening its presence in one of the world's most resource-rich nation. According to the
And
state,
isn't it funny? Just always about stealing. Now you're gonna have peace because we get to steal your shit and be rich and make you niggas poor always. Ain't it funny, Joby? Now we're gonna get rid of terrorism as long as we get the money.
can I
Ain't
tell
it
you
funny?
funny, shocking thing I learned this weekend is, of course, it's not shocking because understanding that they are behind the creation of most of these apps
Yep.
and everything, it shouldn't be shocking. But I was shocked that also the only funds go to them. They actually go straight and direct to Israel, and
About that.
I'm like, so this goes deeper to where these people are perverted. They're the ones even watching and enjoying these online covered videos because when you go all the way back to child trafficking, what they do to children, and then what we have to the creation of pornography, it's crazy.
It's
It's
them.
I
I
was
told
really
you that.
shocked, being honest. I was like, what? Israel? Only fans? I'm like, okay, wow. You
That's
really got
right.
it for real.
They own they over the porno industry. They're the ones with the homosexuality, the transgender. They own all of Hollywood. They own all your newspapers. They own all your news magazines, all your fashion magazines. They own all your damn TV stations, all of it, Joe. They own all your banks.
Yep.
So, because I can create the fake money, I own everything.
There was also a guy on TikTok who was shocked to hear the same. I was watching that video. That guy was really like seriously shocked. He's like, "Wow, these people, you mean they control the news and everything?" Because he learned that in 2020, it's only three countries that refused to accept the VACCINE's rules, and we know it's Tanzania, Burundi, and Haiti. Yeah, and Haiti. And these presidents, none of them are alive.
Well,
So he was
they all were taken out. Gotta go.
he was shocked. He was like, wow, these people control everything. They control the leaders. You know, it's shocking because when you look at the picture again, also them controlling information. The picture they have put about Israel, this is a holy nation, you guys. You're not supposed to be you're not supposed to be judging a holy nation.
That's a holy nation for morons, Joby.
You know? You're supposed to be judging. That's why you see people hashtag free Israel instead of the God.
investing over $1 billion to explore Congo's vast mineral wealth, starting with
That's
lithium
how
from the
that's how
giant
that's how
Limpopo deposits,
propaganda works,
one of the
Joby.
richest in the world. But the deal goes far beyond Mount Ono. Cobalt plans a nationwide high-tech exploration campaign to locate
A
critical
country that actually produces most of the world, literally the world rich resources, and
The
has
world's wealth and it's poor. Congo is the richest country. Explain this, Joby. Congo is the main. Congo is the main. What we call the main. What's what I'm looking for? That would be the main test subject.
Mhm.
Congo is the richest place on the planet, but everybody's poor. Make it make sense.
The country, leave alone even the people. The country is in the dark most of the times. Most of the people.
Of
There's a video I was watching of a child who had to go do homework under a street light. Do you know
There you
actually
go.
walking from home to come do homework on a street light? This
Well,
this is so much.
All of the African would accept this. How can you live in the richest country on the planet and you're impoverished? Okay, like it makes sense.
Most of the people are underpaid, despite this country being the world. They're underpaid. They're being paid $2 for their own resources.
Yeah.
$2, and probably
Yep.
sometimes none. You've seen Chinese men putting guns on top of their heads, threatening
Yep.
them when
Yep.
they're standing for their wages. I'm not even
Yep.
asking for $10. I'm
Uh,
asking for $2. You still gonna put a
that,
gun on my head?
that's why I don't ever get caught in your goofy African wars. Think you're different. You're the same people. You get dominated no matter where you go. Like I was looking at something about the Jamaica. Man, Jamaica's gone. Oh, you morons! Jamaica is gone. Oh man, if you morons in Jamaica, oh my God, Jamaica is gone. Every store in Jamaica is controlled by a Chinese person or an Indian. All the black people are out on the streets. They want to film it. Some guy filmed you. You go to on YouTube. There's a film that's got all the stores in Jamaica are controlled by the Chinese. All of them. I was like, what? So you Jamaican Negroes don't come here talking your shit to us. Respect
Well,
you in your mouth.
I saw a video. I don't know if I'm gonna find it about that story in Jamaica, also where the beaches are completely gone. The white people have completely now
Yeah,
taken
that's
control,
right. That's your weak.
allowing them.
That's your Jamaican weak asses. When they come here.
It's really sad sometimes. Again, I question how our men ended up here. It's really saddening, being honest. It's sad that we've really lost masculinity. And then you ask why relationships are not working anymore, especially in today's generation. Women are being forced to be masculine. Like you say, men are being forced to be feminine. And if not feminine, they're just being feminine. I don't know, somehow. It's just so crazy. Who are raising you? The same thing is happening in Ghana. We saw that was, I think, early this year or late last year, where we gave reports about Ghana allowing citizenship to most of the people, diaspora people in Ghana. And we saw white people, of course, also being part of it because
Those are Lebanese. That's exactly. That's not the diaspora. They always allow all these people to come in who hate you and then come in and dominate you. It don't even make any sense. Same Lebanese who told you you can't be black and give birth in their country and then treat you like shit in their country. The African, come to Ghana. We'll treat you better and treat you good and suck on your ball sack. Yes, we will. It's the same inappropriate behavior over and over and over and over again.
and
Same
over
inappropriate behavior. It's crazy.
and over again. So we have a white man who did become a chief. This is a week ago.
Yeah, This is on TikTok. So they were asking, you worry about the Nigerian man who looks like you becoming a fake king. You're not a king over in Ghana, but you're not worried about this white man you made a chief of your thing. They said, so the African Americans said, we can't fuck with you Ghanaians. You're weak and you're fucked up in the head. We can't fuck with you. Something wrong with you people. So I see that all on TikTok, the live. They said, is this your king right here? Is your king? And the lady said, and one of the Ghanaians was on the panel. No, see, you got to understand, brother. That's a structural chief or some shit. He said, we don't care what the fuck it is. Structural chief. He might have gave money to the village and making a school. He should not be a chief at all. After all the robbing and raping they've done in the county. What are you talking? What's wrong with your mind? That's why we can't unite with you people. You're fucked up in the head. You worship white people. Let's be honest. And then she goes and says, yes, brother, we do worship white people. You do. That's your problem. Go ahead, Joby.
Someone says the love of the colonizers will always be our downfall because it's literally ever there. You'll see your fellow black person will look at you and shit for working with a white man. Like, I'm better than you. I'm better than you. You better believe I'm better than you because I'm working with a white person. That's
what I until you educate and free the mind. Shout out to Burkina Faso. Until you free the mind, Joe, but you'll never get freedom. You worship the very people who have enslaved, beat, raped, murdered, stole your land, made them separate. I don't understand this shit today. I still don't understand. So it makes me angry. Listen. I can't understand. It makes me so angry. I can understand your mind, but I can't unite with you. You Negroes have got to be bubble gum because you'll destroy everything we try to do to get free. You got too many house Negroes, and I got to bubble gum your ass. I got to bubble gum you. So, nah, this is 2025, and you got this shit down right here. Your mind is effed up because you damn sure not going. You can't even go to Europe to goddamn even be. That is crazy. Look, this is absolutely crazy. Go ahead. This is embarrassing.
Someone else says they are white Ghanaians. These are white Ghanaians as these are black Europeans. Color doesn't define who you are. My children look white but are Ghanaian too. All of us share the same ancestral genes. We are one people, our planet, all of us. One day have no significance of how
they only say this shit when they stealing your resources, you more. And it's funny, you want people, but they on the top living good, and you're on the bottom in minds, like Joby said, making $2 a day. So are we the same? We're not living the same life.
It's crazy. The last comment I'm going to read in that this someone else says, this is how they get colonized. They let the enemy come in their house, knowing all the secrets and plans. And now I live in the Caribbean, not in Ghana. If you know what I mean, whatever. Okay, of the Caribbean is also going, but talking about Jamaica. But yeah, this is insane, and the same disrespect goes all over and over again. You see, even your vice presidents, worshiping white men. I mean, it starts from even your own leaders. They are bootlicks.
Of course.
They are bootlickers. Look at this. This is a vice president. This is actually the Nigeria vice president. He was opening the car for a white man. I mean, you're a whole vice president, but you're opening a car for a white person.
Slave consciousness.
I mean, my big man syndrome should play right here. I'm not opening a car for you. I'm a whole vice president. The big man syndrome.
The big man syndrome only works with other Negroes, Joby, not with white people. The white man is my boss. He's my big man, not me. Oh. I only do that big man syndrome in front of other filthy Negroes, not in front of white people.
Oh, okay, all right.
About great grandparents.
The white man don't think big Negro. They don't think he's the big head Negro. That's some shit you tell your moronic ass other Africans, not me.
Damn, this is really a big shame. This is what our great grandparents have been doing, our parents have been doing, and this is why you see this generation is saying, no, I'm gonna beat your ass. You're saying you're man on my face. You think because you're a Chinese pastor, what?
That's what they talk about. You guys go on TikTok. They was making they weren't going at the Africans this weekend. You got Chinese people over there beating your ass. You don't do nothing about it. You got all kinds of people beating your ass, and you don't do a damn thing about it. That's you. That's your ass. These are the bootlegs we let in America. They beat your ass on your own continent. You don't do a damn thing about it.
But when it comes to,
like you say, go ahead.
So mad, we're so tribalistic, we're so xenophobic. I love the way South Africans are now admitting, I'm a xenophobic. I am xenophobic. I cannot tolerate foreigners in my country. Yeah, and it really makes sense. I mean,
not foreigners, African foreigners. They got Chinese and they got all other racial groups in South Africa. The Chinese, the Indians, and they're there illegally. But you don't see none of these Negroes go after them ever.
Can you tell a South African to give you a difference between an African foreigner or a foreigner? They can't tell the difference.
They can't. It's just they can't tell by the accent, Joe. With the accent, you're not South African. Where are you from, brother? I said, where are you from, brother? You from Mozambique? Are you from the Congo? Are you from Kenya? Where are you from?
The people you're supposed to be calling foreigners, you're protecting them, But the people who are supposed to be calling brothers and sisters, hey, we understand you're coming from a country that doesn't have a job. So am I in South Africa? You calling them foreigners. Listen to this woman. She's so bitter and mad.
I hate foreigner. I hate Kirkamba. I hate Kwara. I hate Zaizai. I don't like foreigner. Foreigner must go to their country. I hate foreigners.
Understand what you see, Joe, but this is white supremacy putting that in these people because South Africans are poorly educated, Joe. So I can put this hate and propaganda into their community because they're all ignorant. So they say it's the foreigners, it's not the white man who's got all the resources and stole your country. It's these poor black Negroes that came in here and now hurt you and why you don't got a job. So understand the propaganda is from white people.
I did read, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, South Africa is the country with the highest rate of unemployment amongst the youths globally, not in Africa, globally.
Yeah.
This is one of the countries that we know is highly ruled and controlled by white people who own acres.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
That actually can produce food that can create, start generating an economical wealth.
They don't want to. They don't like you, Joby. They don't want to do that.
Do you know how it hurts to hear that? Like, anyone who takes that lightly, like white people don't like you here in my country. Are you crazy? Again, I'm proud I live in Kenya, being honest, and I'm proud we don't have this sort of behaviors in Kenya. All right,
because you pay. Wait a minute, you guys look close. You guys look close. So you guys fought. It's just that you guys had a war. Go ahead.
Like today, again, I always say around my path to my house, there's this like apartment that white people stay. They even own like a butchery somewhere. I'm never gonna buy meat here. Number one, I'm not supporting a cracker. Number one, I'm sorry.
You're on code. You're on code. You're not supposed to. That's called being on code, Joe. But you're on code.
You won't find not even a glance, man. I see any white, pink kind of color in front of me. I'd rather knock my toes down rather than looking at them. The same happens in the mall. Trying to be my witness, man. I have to put a certain type of behavior because I don't have the wrong side with these idiots because I'm not gonna chill out. I'm not the chill out African. I'm not gonna chill out. Oh, this is inappropriate. No.
Exactly. So Joe. Whenever you stand up and fight, all other Africans want you to calm down and be a bootleg, like in Tanzania, like in Kenya, when the white man tried to get in front of you, they always want you to be. No, you treat the white man better than you treat yourself. Treat him better than everybody.
I'm raising my voice. You're gonna look like the crazy one here. Not even me. I'm raising my voice. I'm standing up confidently, addressing you to the face.
You're supposed to. You're in Africa. Why would you give reverence to people that are in your continent who came in and rob and steal and kill?
One thing I've noted with currents of these racist white people or any white person who feels triggered by you, don't even talk to them straight to the face. They don't like that.
Right. Of course not. They don't like it because they think that they're better than you. How dare you? Who you think you are? You can talk to me. I'm white, Joby. Yeah. You are a Negro. You're supposed to be under me. You're supposed to be cleaning my shoes and doing my housework. How dare who you think you are? I'm white.
To the face, and you have to know. I think you just have to be taught. Again, you have to be taught. This way you see
exactly. You should have been taught that exactly.
Like the video you are sharing on Friday or on Friday. On Friday. On Wednesday. Sorry, forgot I was not here on Friday. On Wednesday, on the show, on the Africa Today show, the lady who was cycling, then she's like, they almost arrested me.
Yeah.
Excuse me, who raised you? You are a black person in America who's cycling where? And if you're gonna be caught on the wrong side, your ass is gonna end up in jail. I don't know if you guys have seen the trending video. We're gonna talk about that tonight. This young guy was arrested, obeyed, was told to step out of the car. I think he was just.
I see it.
But they broke the window and knocked the shit out of this young man, man.
Wow.
They seriously beat him up.
This is in America?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna give.
Of course. You got sure. Yeah.
We'll talk about it tonight on the Africa Today show because it's I don't understand.
It's who they are. But you want to keep loving in the face. Oh, my wife They all flexing. Oh, look at me jumping for the white man, Joey. Oh, that your mind is effed up. You're effed up in the head.
I've worked in an Indian company. I did not really like big Indian company, it was owned by an Indian. I used to see how, of course, people are gonna talk to. I've also said there's a friend of mine who was working for an Indian. She used to come tell me how they usually used to peep, go follow her in the toilet. They wanna peep at her when she's in the toilet. They think she's stealing something. You're like, what? No.
People allow that. The African man's allowed that. Shout out to Idi Amin. I got rid of all the Indians a long time ago. Go back to India. That's where you go back to.
You don't have been such kind of a. So this is the same. This is in Jacksonville where a man got punched in the face multiple times.
Oh, I believe that Jacksonville must be Jacksonville, Florida, Duval County, which is racist as hell. That's why I got. That's why I renewed my license. I was on the phone with Joby. I renewed my license 2 weeks ago in Jacksonville.
We're gonna talk about this tonight as we talk about where Trump gave only a 1-day jail to the murder of let me get her name correctly. Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor. Sorry. Breonna Taylor.
Breonna Taylor.
Yeah, we're gonna extend that.
He walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? And then I said, so what I did wrong? He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, there's multiple people headlights off, first of all, and then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have.
It ain't rain. It doesn't matter.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor?
He doesn't have no headlights on. It's raining.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle.
What?
Show me your hands.
What? That's a lawsuit.
I'm here. What is your reason, sir?
That's what they get.
What is your reason?
And this what they get. And this what they get to do. This is all illegal. That you're black. This is all illegal, but it don't matter because you're black. The law don't apply to you here. You're black. That's all illegal. You'll never do it to anybody white. I didn't see that at all.
It's crazy. We're gonna extend on that conversation tonight because that was just crazy. And it's a high time also black people all over, also in the continent of Africa. We've seen how the police immunity is literally everywhere. Let me just say that. What is happening in Kenya? All the cops literally who killed innocent people on the streets. None of them are we seeing them going behind bars. We have young people being murdered by their family members, but we have police officers walking scot-free because they're protected by the system.
Exactly.
But the system is the same. So you as a black person, no matter where you are in your own country right now, we're seeing it's a threat. You can practice what is justice. Who told you there's justice in your country? You gotta take that shit off the grave. If you're not gonna fight for it, stop demanding for justice. If you're not gonna unite, because white people are so united, they face justice with unity. Their unity. What about black people? I don't know.
True.
It's crazy. But as we wind up literally on the last conversation, we have Ibrahim Traoré. Of course, that is Macron, who said he will do everything possible to save the people of Burkina Faso from
save the people who are loving him, who are there sleeping around the president's house to make sure he's not murdered. Save him. Isn't that crazy? Yo, we're gonna save, so we save these resources that we need for Europe. We need you Negroes to be impoverished. That's the scam we set up. And you've accepted it because we gave you this fake white Jesus or fake white Allah. You know? So I think even Traore told the truth about Dubai last week. He said, there's 1 ton of gold come out of Africa every day. I'm like, a ton? That's how Dubai and the Emirates are wealthy off the African people's backs. He's exposing everything. They did, and like somebody said, go back 30 years ago, Now they banning Nigerians from Dubai and Abu Dhabi. And the funny 30 years ago, they were begging Nigeria to fund Abu Dhabi in Dubai. They don't tell you that. They were begging it because at that time Nigeria was richer than China. But of course, they got sabotaged because the white man said, "Oh, these Negroes are a threat. We're gonna put puppets in. We're gonna destroy the country." And you go back and look. Dubai was begging Nigeria for money. Come in and help us, brothers. You're Muslim like us. Come help us.
Like you said, if we had daring people like Idi Amin, we wouldn't be here, But that's why they didn't allow Idi Amin and the rest to leave. But as we wind up and introduce Join Iweton, she has a guest virtually, so tune in and see what she's talking about. But let me wind up with this video right here.
All Africans need this. You won't believe what Macron said to the president of Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. He said this: we must do our very best to save the people of Burkina Faso from the hands of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, a junta leader. We must restore
junta.
This idiot even his man wife doesn't want him anymore in the public. He's been ashamed on the public. You see his wife, his man wife.
The man. Joby said man, wife. Which one is it, Joby?
The first video we saw going viral was being smacked on the face. The other one, he was walking with King Charles, I don't know, with the wife, King Charles and the wife. And the man wife smacked his hands like, stop touching me, on the public. And the cameras were viewing things like, please don't tell us what to do and if you can't deal with your man wife. Right? Maybe something is wrong in the bed. Kindly handle that fast because you don't want to frustrations in the public. They don't look nice. They don't look good. So fix that. And then come talk about the collaborations that you have left with the other countries, not Burkina Faso. They don't need you. The people are literally widely telling you, get the fuck out. We don't need you. France, your time is up.
Exactly.
Your time is so up. And the African people are telling you your time is up. This issue you bring in, you think, take your weak ass disease, you weak ass out of our continent.
See, you get too many Jobies. See, with Jobies, you Europeans are gonna be poor. See, they now knowing that you've got rich out their backs. Now, if should nobody be poor in Africa? It's wealthy, and the people are poor.
No one, because people are saying ban France, ban France and ban Macron. Someone else says these people of Burkina Faso didn't ask for you to be. They didn't ask to be saved. Exactly. Leave Africa alone. Exactly. And then someone else says, save yourself from your wife first. Exactly what I said. They've not even seen that comment. You guys, from your man wife. They don't know it's a man.
It is a man.
Yeah. And then
that's why you had Trump call Candace on. Macron asked me to talk to you about his wife being a man.
Someone else says the Burkina Faso people would disagree. They are thriving without the West. Keep standing up.
Exactly.
Exactly. In the last comment I'm going to read, someone else says, my brothers and sisters in Burkina Faso don't want your country. Don't want you in their country. That's why they kicked you out. I just wish Haitians will do the same. Long live the president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré. Exactly. And on the last comments of the day, right here, Sidra Mosquito once again, Karibu. He says, God chosen people. Indeed. Baron Scott, hello. Hope you're doing amazing and a beautiful weekend. Sidra Mosquito says, Chief Mzungu, that is your country. Go save Ghana, Sidra Mosquito.
those your people, Jim Mosquito, get their minds. That's like the Chief Mzungu.
Run to Ghana. Also says they think white people are gods. They can't be trusted. It's so crazy, man. That mentality is such a dangerous mentality, man. That is the worst mentality. The mentality where they think people is everything. That is the worst. And also see Drama Studio says they also made an Asian guy a chief too. Sadly, oh my God.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a couple years ago, Jim. We talked about that. It might be like 3 or 4 years ago. I was like, Yeah, we're like, what is this? The Asian guy as the chief of some Ghana village. Like this inappropriate behavior is absolutely crazy. They're not gonna make no African the chief of no Chinese village. They're gonna tell your ass, get your black ass out of here.
Every time I'm checking on a white person for disrespect, here comes a black person coming to fight me.
Yep.
Man, you better
Yep.
get your black ass back to where you're coming from. Like, please, I'm gonna get down with you and go back to him. Like, like you better choose. And African people better learn how to stand for each other, man. Because it's
Exactly.
crazy.
How about that? How about that? How about that?
I was kind of looking crazy. Like, I'm like, this is insane. Like, this white person is talking crazy and y'all just see her looking. You know, this is your baby mama and she's looking. You understand Swahili? Why won't you talk on the behalf of this lady? I just paid, I'm not gonna pay again. Hold on. Those biscuits have been opened and you're cracking them down. Because the moment you do this to biscuits, they're gonna crack into pieces. You expect that to go back on the shelf? Me, I'm an employee working here. You want my salary to be deducted because of your stupidity? Huh?
Exactly.
Check on you. I'm gonna check on you super crazy. You better go back to where in your country where you're gonna wait for GMO business or something. But anyway, family, wrap it up there because conversation. So those social discussion leave a comment. Leave the same first time.
You already said GMO biscuits.
Because you know they don't have anything organic. They ain't even organic. Well,
Okay, but you know they probably imported that shit from where he's from or something. They probably imported.
They should go back to their GMOs. That's what they can have best. Much love, family. Have yourselves a beautiful, beautiful rest part of your morning. See you guys, of course, later on the Rhythm Scoop Show. Come back, catch up with Iwaton on Let's Pop. See what she's talking about. She has a guest. See what the conversation is about. Maybe you can learn something. Maybe
They in the studio. Or it's gonna be on It's gonna be on StreamYard.
it's virtual. It's virtual. And of course, later tonight on the Africa Today show. So ensure you also download the app if you don't want to miss any of the conversations. So you can stay tuned on the radio segment. Rather, catch up the shows on Rumble through the application connected to all our platforms Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, Spreaker, YouTube, also probably your TV, Amazon, Roku. So ensure you have our application. Much love. Have yourselves a beautiful day.
Exactly.